The Streisand effect. In 2003, Barbara Streisand sued a photographer for taking a picture of her mansion. Before the lawsuit, only 6 people had downloaded the photo. But after the news broke, over 420,000 people visited the site to see exactly what she was trying to hide. Welcome to the Streisand effect. It's the ultimate social glitch of the internet age. The harder you try to hide or censor a piece of information, the more likely you are to make it go viral. When we are told we can't see something, our brain creates a massive spike in curiosity. In the digital world, an attempt to delete something is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. The internet doesn't have an undo button. It only has a megaphone. The more you fight the signal, the louder it gets. The bystander effect. Imagine you're in a crowded city square, and suddenly, someone collapses right in front of you. You look around, and there are 50 people watching. Your first thought? Someone has probably already called an ambulance. But 10 minutes pass, and nobody moves. This is the bystander effect. It's a glitch in our social wiring where the presence of others actually inhibits our impulse to help. We have this psychological flaw called diffusion of responsibility. We treat responsibility like a cake. The more people there are in the room, the smaller the slice of responsibility we feel we have to take personally. If you're the only person there, the weight is 100% on you. If there are 100 people, you feel like only 1% of the problem is yours to solve. The irony is terrifying. You are statistically safer having a heart attack in a quiet, lonely alley with just one stranger than in a crowded stadium with thousands. In a crowd, you aren't surrounded by help. You're surrounded by witnesses waiting for a hero who isn't coming. The Abilene paradox. Have you ever found yourself sitting in a meeting or at a dinner with friends, doing something that you absolutely hate, only to find out later that nobody else wanted to be there either? Welcome to the Abilene paradox. It's a social glitch where a group of people collectively decide on a course of action that is counter to the preferences of every single individual in that group. It sounds impossible, but it happens every day in boardrooms and families worldwide. It starts with a false assumption. You don't want to go, but you assume everyone else does. To avoid being the difficult one or the mood killer, you stay silent and agree. But here's the glitch. Everyone else is thinking the exact same thing. They are all going along with a plan they hate just because they think you want it. The result is a collective journey to a destination that nobody likes. We aren't just failing to communicate. We are actively coordinating a disaster through our own fear of social friction. In the end, we sacrifice our own satisfaction to please a group that doesn't even exist. We are all yes men to a ghost. The spotlight effect. Think back to the last time you tripped in public, or realized you had a tiny stain on your shirt. You probably felt like every single person in the room was staring at you, judging your clumsiness. But here's the cold hard truth. Nobody noticed. Welcome to the spotlight effect. It's a psychological glitch where we overestimate how much other people are paying attention to us. Because we are the protagonists of our own lives, we naturally assume we are also the main characters in everyone else's story. But while you are busy worrying about what everyone thinks of your stain, everyone else is too busy worrying about their own hair, their own mistakes, or their own stains. We spend thousands of dollars on trends and hours in front of the mirror for a spotlight that isn't even turned on. You aren't the center of the world. You're just a background character in everyone else's day. The tragedy of the commons. Imagine a beautiful, lush green pasture that is open to everyone. Every herder brings their cows to graze there for free. It's a perfect system until one herder thinks, if I add just one more cow, I'll get more profit. The grass is plenty, so one extra cow won't hurt. But here's the glitch. Every other herder has the exact same rational thought. Soon, the pasture is overgrazed, the grass dies, and every single cow starves to death. This is the tragedy of the commons. It's a fatal error in how we manage shared resources. When individuals act in their own self-interest, they collectively deplete the very resource that everyone depends on to survive. We see this glitch everywhere, from overfishing in our oceans, to the clutter of ads and spam on the internet. Being smart for yourself often means being stupid for the planet. The false consensus effect. Why do political arguments on the internet feel like a war between two different planets? It's because of a cognitive glitch called the false consensus effect. We have a natural tendency to overestimate how much other people agree with us. We think our beliefs and our values are the norm. Because we spend most of our time with people who think like us, we assume the rest of the world does too. When we meet someone who disagrees, our brain triggers a defensive error. We assume they must be stupid or uninformed. Today, social media algorithms have turned this glitch into a superpower, surrounding you with an echo chamber that reinforces the illusion that everyone thinks like you. We aren't living in one shared reality anymore. We are living in millions of separate hallucinations, each convinced that we are the only ones who are right. The Goodhart's Law. In the early days of YouTube, the system had a simple way to measure success: clicks. The more people clicked on a video, the more the algorithm promoted it. It sounded logical. If people click, it must be good, right? But this created a massive social glitch. Creators stopped focusing on making great videos and started focusing on making the most insane, misleading thumbnails possible. This was the birth of the extreme clickbait era. The metric was clicks, so creators gamed the system. You'd click on a video of a real dragon, only to find a 10-minute vlog about someone's pet lizard. This is Goodhart's Law. When a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. The glitch is that humans are natural-born gamers. We don't optimize for the goal, we optimize for the metric that represents the goal. We see this everywhere today. When schools are judged solely on standardized test scores, they stop educating and start teaching to the test. The data looks perfect on the spreadsheet, but the reality is a disaster. We have created a world where we are experts at hitting the target while completely missing the point. The friendship paradox. Have you ever scrolled through your social media feed and felt like everyone you know is more popular and having more fun than you are? Mathematically speaking, you're probably right. This is the friendship paradox, a statistical glitch which proves that, on average, your friends actually do have more friends than you do. It's just basic math. People with a massive number of friends are more likely to be your friend than a hermit who has 0 friends. The social butterflies show up in everyone's circle, creating a massive bias in our perception. This glitch makes us feel lonelier and less successful than we actually are. You aren't failing at being social. You're just a victim of a mathematical trick. That makes the world look much more crowded and successful than it really is. The paradox of tolerance. Imagine a society that is 100% tolerant of everything. No judgment, no restrictions, just complete freedom. It sounds like a utopia, right? But there's a fatal blue screen of death in that logic. If you extend unlimited tolerance, even to those who are openly intolerant, those who actively use their freedom to destroy the freedom of others, then the tolerant people will eventually be destroyed, and tolerance with them. This is the paradox of tolerance. The glitch is that to maintain a tolerant society, the society must be, ironically, intolerant of intolerance. It reminds us that even our highest values can be used as weapons against us. We want a world without boundaries, but a house with no walls doesn't protect you from the storm. To protect the peace, we sometimes find ourselves forced to go to war with those who hate it.